What's new in the new Scar?
So what's new is, I think it's connected to how the film looks, really. What's new, and so with the kind of realism of this interpretation, of a sort of reinterpretation of the Lion King, I think there comes an associated realism with some of the characters, and so Scar, for me, it was about. Having a great and an incredible basis for Scar in Jeremy Irons' performance, which was incredible. But then just trying to find where I could fit into the sort of edges, and part of that for me was looking at the kind of psychology, the sort of deep dive into the psychology of Scar, into the ideas of, an obsession, a sort of real addiction, really, to power, to status, and what that means psychologically, and how that damages Scar, in psychological terms, and therefore creates in him the capacity to behave the way he does.
I've read that you performed in Hamlet when you were in high school. Is that right?
That's true. Yeah.
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 So you did. Was it a faithful rendition of Hamlet? That one?
It was a faithful rendition.
So you did a very faithful one in high school and one with lions when you were an adult.
Exactly. This is the progress of my life. Yeah.
And the thing that fascinates me is that among all the characters of The Lion King, this version, Scar is the more, we can say, the most theatrical one, is the most expressionistic. You, apart from a high school curriculum, you had a lot of Shakespearean experiences. I would like to know does this thing plays a role in getting the right Scar for this very hyper-realistic version? And did you get to see the sketches before? I mean, did you get to know and understand how much realistic it was when preparing the character?
Well, from the beginning, Jon had said that it was going to be very realistic, and that the idea being that I would believe that the lions were there on the savannah, which I didn't quite. I thought, I don't know. I mean, am I going to really think that is, because I had never seen this sort of technology advance to that point, So in the process, it started off with just me with the text, and then it was the text and some sketches, and then it was the text and some sketches, and then the computer was opened, a few months later, because the whole process took about a year. So a few months later, then there'll be the sketches, and there'll be sort of animation sketches on the computer, and then more animation, more sketches, and then beautifully rendered images, that I would start to see what it was going to sort of look like, and at which point and then in all of that I was able to adjust or change or go back and do other bits from before, just so it settled into what would actually be the visual experience of the film.
Do you like doing voice acting? I know this is the second time you're doing a major role in a cartoon, and I've recently heard Tom Hanks saying that it's really a painful process for him doing these kind of performances. Do you like it? I
do like it. Yeah, I didn't hear the Tom Hanks interpretation of that, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it because it takes away all of the other aspects of making something, of creating a character. That you have just, the voice, to lay down a kind of blueprint for a character. That is then built around by, this incredible design and vis effects teams, but in actually just sort of laying down the kind of blueprint or the core of a character in a way, it just strips back all of the other elements. So it's quite a pure form, but it takes all of the same work, if not more, especially the sort of psychological work, so that plays in the voice in every, you only get a sort of limited opportunity to communicate quite a lot.
Thank you.
Pleasure.